Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D Land 2, the newest session of the New Embrace Wednesday campaign. I now have to differentiate. This is fun. Before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements we have to make. The first one is not Patreons, but just Patreon. We have a Patreon set up, so if you want to join our community, potentially jump into some of our games, or participate in any of the fun community events that we are participating in behind the scenes, you are more than welcome to jump over there to gain access to all of the fun and everything that is happening. Additionally, we have a comic series that is going into production at the end of the week. The first chapter should be done next week. I hope everybody's very excited about this, because I know I am. Considering this is all based around my characters that I use as NPCs in my games, because I'm not allowed to play D&D. But yes, if you want to support us by any other means, of course, we do have media at our disposal. You can go follow us over at Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, all of which we will have the links in the description below for you to utilize as you see fit. Aside from that, I don't think there's any more announcements I care to make, so En, tell us what happened last session.
So last session, we realized that everyone's just a little bit more screwed than we thought we were, which was pretty screwed to begin with. We realized that the person who has a contract out on Gabe is known by Chase, kind of through some of the background that we learned about him. And we learned that they're connected to the Darken Society. So as everyone was talking through some of that, we decided that we needed to go and run a few errands before we got out of town. And the rest of the group left Solaris to go through some of the artifacts that were found on the night that attacked us at the academy. And the first place they went was to see Ignatius, who offered to go to Deep Yard with them, which is where a lot of Darken Society activity takes place. And they kind of talked through some things with him, and he was willing to help them out by contacting Nathan at the academy. Nathan Gale at the academy.
Very important distinction.
Very important, okay. Nathan Gale at the academy to ask for his help in investigating the cult that's still there. And so the group ended up agreeing to go with Ignatius to Deep Yard kind of as extra sets of eyes to keep them safe, because Ignatius also had some bad run of luck and had a few things stolen. Coming back to some of the struggles that Gabe went through, they went back to the cleric that helped remove some of the marks on him, and the cleric refused the payment that Gabe offered instead of his work, which the cleric refused and said, no, even if it takes some time, you really need to come back here and put in the time and do the work. So after that, everyone went back to the single shingle and found some out about the guy hunting them. He goes by Mr. V, and whose kill count is in the double digits, and council members are included in that. Looks like he was the one who was hunting the champions, and in the middle of that discussion of the champions, Nolth asked about his artifact, about if anyone had seen people who have kind of an uncanny ability to see into the future. And we learned that there was someone, indeed, who did, named Leon Chi. And he's moving up in the advisor's ranks really quickly. And at that time, we reconnected with Solaris, who had transcribed part of the paper when it turned out to be a bounty on Aasimar, tieflings, trolls, and a Shadar-kai who some members of the group were fairly familiar with what they were, that had also been put out by the Darkened Society. And so we realized that they're still looking for specific types of people, and they're getting pretty close. It's kind of a rare few that are left. So after everyone gathers their stuff, we decide to leave town and kind of have a few conversations along the way. And one of the things that we decide to do is send a message to the kind of Outlanders, the people that they were sent to, who had asked them to go find who was stealing and kidnapping their people. In used a microphone, a microphone, thanks to Rowan's help. And through a hilarious exchange of having to re-record a few bits before we gave the bat a chance to fly off, we took notice that we needed more time, but we have leads and we have someone working on it. Also, Rowan, during her watch, did an excellent job of trying to get some information from worms. The attempt was there. It just, worms are not that bright, but they can be useful in other ways. Mainly ground up into paste, with speak to animals still going on. So along that time, In and Gabe have a chat about In's relationship status, and and that's pretty much where we left off. Is that morning after, ready to go, ready to travel.
Yes. So, as the party is getting ready for their travels, Kothar, we're going to jump backwards in time a little bit. Just a few days ago, where you've experienced N being one-shot by an individual and chasing after Chase to go save his life, escorting people around town in order to help them prepare themselves from safety and hiding in a bunker underneath the single shingle. Now, after all of that, inside of the single shingle, you were volunteering to be the distraction point. Somebody has static feedback right now? Alright, it just ended. You were volunteering to be the distraction point for the Darken assassin that is presumably after Gabriel at that point in time. Although there was some hesitations from the rest of the group, you made one firm distinction that you highly doubt anybody's capable of just killing you outright. Anybody. And although that is an egotistical statement that usually would lead to a player character dying, because, you know, the DM has to do things, because the DM had to make that declaration, it was perfectly fine. While you were being escorted out, you met with an old ally of sorts. I believe, half-orc named Nolth. You are half-orc, right? Or full-orc? Half-orc. Now, you know a little bit about Nolth. He was segregated from your siblings and yourself, though he served a similar purpose. He simply served underneath a different guise and a mask that was newly appointed to their divine powers at that point in time, and was not directly associated with any of you, but had a very similar aspect and feature. And when you came across him, I think this is the first roleplay moment that might actually matter. Nolth and Kothar, the two of you are standing alone in a room together, with nothing but a old halfling to guard the door.
It's been a long time.
Oh yes it has. How have you been?
Puts out a hand to shake.
How have you been?
Good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Too long.
Been
When was-
much too
when was
long.
the
And they
last
bring you
time?
some food. Was it when the lich was rising or I don't know.
I
Ah,
don't remember.
I can't remember either.
But
Yeah, whew. Been way too long.
I need you to. I have a favor
Huh?
to ask of you. I have a
Yeah,
favor to
sure,
ask.
man. What you shoot, what you got?
Okay. So I've met some new people over these past months. Good people.
People?
They are being targeted by some organization. I'd like
say
you to
no
look
more.
out for them. Well,
I got you. You mean protect them, right?
I feel like it's always too easy with you. Just have to
Yes.
offer something you're willing to do it.
Yes, nah, you did favors for me in the past. I'm willing to help out now.
I
Hey.
appreciate that.
You even helped with my son a long time ago.
Yeah. Do you have a son? I forget. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting a lot of things.
That was a long time ago. He's gone.
I apologize for.
It's good. It's been a long time. It's fine. But yeah, I owe you a favor. It should be good. I got you.
Okay. They are. He can show you where they are, but
yeah.
I hope we can meet back up.
If you don't mind me asking, where are you
Mhm.
going?
You see, not too sure. I'm kind of trying to track this group. Not really my best forte, but I mean, chances are if I can get them to come to me, I mean, I stick out. We kind of stick out.
Well,
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen many other half-orcs since I've been awake.
no. Is it gonna be dangerous? You gonna be fine?
I'll be fine. We'll be alright.
Here.
Hopefully. It won't be
Naruto
stupid.
takes off a little bag he has around his neck.
hmm
Take this. Put this around your neck. For help.
Grabs it. Okay.
I believe this one smells like old chicken.
Old chicken and you smell slightly decayed plants in there.
Thank you, North. Much appreciated.
No problem.
This is like new, right? Not like old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ish. To do ish. It'll do the trick. It'll do the job.
Yeah, but if I tied it around my belt, would that be fine?
Shoots go. It'll be good.
Okay.
It's best around the neck, but as long as you have it on your person, it should be fine.
I'll keep it on my person. I appreciate it.
You need anything else, man, from me? You sure you don't need anything else? Who are these people, man, you're gonna introduce me to? What are they like? What are they like?
Let's see.
The halfling is
Anyone
chuckling
else?
in the corner.
Yeah. Interesting group.
Interesting
Help
as
yourself to
in... Define interesting.
Interesting as in young. New to this, a lot of them are. Some have seen some horrible things, some haven't. But they're taking to this pretty well as you could when you learn that portals to other dimensions are opening up. But I mean, they know a decent about what we are, about the champions.
They know.
Yes, they know what we are, North. Well, they don't know what you are. That's up to you to tell them. But
Yeah, it's probably later, and I get to it. I get to it.
I'm not the
Anyone in
best at
particular?
hiding this.
In particular, I should watch over? In particular?
Well, N, they are a
Yeah.
tiefling.
Okay, the only tiefling in the party?
Only tiefling.
Okay, watch over the teeth
They,
thing.
they
Anyone
no,
else?
well, no. They have someone watching over them. A few people watching over them actually.
Hey,
Um,
2 eyes are better than 1.
well, that's like 4 eyes. I guess it would be 6.
6, 12. Hey, more the merrier.
Most of them can handle themselves, or even then can handle themselves. So, just keep an eye on all of them. Chase is new. He doesn't really stick out. I haven't really put my thumb on him yet.
What race is he? Just need general.
Now that you
descriptions.
think of it, you're not positive.
I don't really know.
You don't know what. You don't know what race he is?
He's strange.
It's like a half. It's like a half something. Like he's like a half elf.
I have.
You can't
I
really
have
tell.
no
Is he like
idea.
in between something? Like what's he in between?
No, it's like changing in my mind. I can't
Oh,
even-
changeling. Okay, he's a changeling. I
No,
got
no,
you.
no, not
Gotcha,
changeling.
gotcha.
I don't even know
Um,
what a changeling is.
actually, since you brought up that word, the two of you can roll me history checks.
Oh, okay. 3.
16.
Nolth, you forgot. Roughly about 780 years ago, there was an extinction of the changeling race. They corrupted two influential people, taking over their positions and statuses, and crippled the entire world almost into chaos because they could. And there was a lot of people very upset. Of course, you and your organization fought to not eradicate all of them. You know, that's not cool, bro. Just kill the bad ones. But that was one of the failures.
One of them survived, huh?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
if
guess they
it's
got
a-
through.
I don't.
I guess they missed,
don't
I guess they
know.
missed one. Oh, good for him. Good for him and his people.
I don't know if it's actually a changeling.
It's good, it's
not
good.
assumed.
Yeah. And the others said there was 4 more, right?
Yes. Paladin, human. I'm not sure who he serves, if he serves anyone at all.
Yeah.
But he has a bit of a darker past, but he's good. A bit rough around the edges, but you'll be fine.
Okay.
Lightning, aka Rowan, a pit fighter.
But it's
She likes to turn into animals.
Druid?
Hmm?
Ah, okay. Again, characteristics human, I'm guessing. Elf.
Female,
Firbolg?
human,
Oh, human.
female, human.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
And what were the last 2? You said there was 2 more, right?
Elf.
Elf.
Hmm.
Not to sound stereotypical, but magical.
Well, of course, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Based on
Yeah. Makes sense.
It'll be fine. You'll
Okay,
get to know.
okay, it'll
You'll
be
see
good.
them all.
And what about the last one?
That's all of them.
You said. Never mind. You said there was 4. Oh.
You'll meet them.
Okay.
It'll be all right. He'll introduce you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Put my hand on your
take
shoulder
over
tap.
there.
Yeah.
My artifact's gone. Just so you know. You might want to keep an eye on that.
I think a lot of people's have been missing, but
Yeah, someone stole mine. The mask is
like
gone.
just off of you.
I woke up and it was gone.
Should prob-
I really should get back on that. I know.
North.
Yeah, it's not
I
good.
don't know if you're. Is North newer to this than like what my group was, or?
Only by like a couple hundred years, not that newer.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not good. I really need. If you can keep an eye out, please keep an eye out while you're off doing your thing.
The
And
mask.
better yet, if you find it, please return it.
The mask, right?
Yeah, the mask. The season to the future. Wait. What's the scene? Whispers into his ear. The mask allows
Is it
me
like
to see into the
voodoo-y
future.
looking? does it look like?
It looks like a skull face with feathers on it, like raven
Of course it
feathers.
does.
Has a little
It's-
peak.
yep. Mhm.
And
I've never
it allows
understood
me
your
to see
style,
it.
Rolf.
You know who I serve. You know how Siobhan likes her skulls images, and it looks nice. I think it suits me. Besides that, point, if you manage to find the mask that allows people to see into the future, please return it to me before it can get abused too much.
I'll look into it. I'll see if I find anything. I don't have a way to communicate with you, but
Thank you.
it's fine.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure if we'll meet up again, but I'll come back to.
Well, worst comes to worst, send me a letter or something. Send a messenger to eventually find me.
Messenger.
Messenger,
Letters.
pay a wizard to send a sending spell.
I don't know how to write in this new form of common, by the way.
That's good. You can use the old common. I still have it memorized.
Okay. I've been freaking people out, especially when I signed like a documentation. I just signed it in the ways of old.
Like I meant, they have a lot of new things here. They have a lot of new foods. I can't wait to try.
Have you had a Bahamut claw?
No, I have not.
Or what they call a cappuccino? Or espresso. I think it's espresso.
Espresso. I was thinking
Try
espresso.
Try that when you get to Soda and Feel.
So
Maybe.
you hear on the door outside, and the halfling just opens it. All right, we're all set up. Noth, I'm gonna take you back. Kothar,
Aye, aye.
we're gonna set you up real quick, okay?
Yeah.
He walks out of the room, and you see that there's a couple of more scrawny-looking humans. Come to think of it, they look a lot like Chase sometimes. As they step into the room, and one of them pulls out a very nice, small little top hat that looks like it would be reasonable to fit a halfling, and just says, "All right, put this on. Think about what you want to look like, and clack your heels together 3 times."
Think about looking like Gabriel.
All right, and do you clack your heels
Clack
together?
Clack my heels 3 times.
The guy starts chuckling at you.
Did I not need to click my heels?
No, you just have to say change. I just like seeing how many people will do it.
I'm just gonna glare at him.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
But Noth, you are now being escorted back to the party.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Try not to die too much.
Thank you.
Now, once you have the hat on and you say change, thinking about Gabriel's face, you look like a complete copy and replica of him, down to the shirts and the details that unfortunately you are knowledgeable about because of the way the man sleeps. But all right, so we have a place we're gonna set you up. It's a little tavern right on the outskirts of Southern Fion. It'll look like you're trying to run to the blades themselves. Once we have you there, we'll put you in a room. He hands you a piece of paper. This is the room. You request this room in particular. You don't get any of the other ones. The next 5 rooms within that area will all be guarded by our men. So you should be safe. You're a big fellow, but try not to die before we can get in there and help you.
Alright. You worry that this one probably could kill a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. Their reputation precedes them.
Clearly.
Yeah. But hey, you're a big fucking tough guy who doesn't want to wear armor for some reason, so sure, let's go.
It's alright.
He begins escorting you through the city, and he does look like a just average paid guard now in front of you, and you notice sticking to the shadows are the other individuals who are following you, bringing you out closer and closer towards the estate that you are supposed to meet him in. Once you've entered out into the forest, roll me a history check, Kothar. I know these are your favorite.
20.
The forest surrounding the road looks incredibly familiar to you, and as you look across the landscape, you see flashbacks to different groups and communities that used to live in these parts in their own clusters and homes. Different races spreading out and intermingling with themselves as they see fit, and you start piecing together the location, and you are not very far from the tomb. You're just realizing for the first time.
Oh shit.
Maybe 10, 15 miles?
Not far at all.
Mm-mm. What? As you are distracted in that moment, you watch as an arrow right past you into the neck of the guard. The guard stands there for a few seconds before collapsing down to the ground dead.
I'm just gonna kind of look around bewildered.
Roll a perception check.
How Gabriel would respond.
Okay. You look around and you're not seeing whoever that was. It seems to appear out of nowhere. And then a few seconds later, you feel a dagger pressing up against your neck from behind you. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Pressing up against your chest behind you, but what appears as your neck.
Gotcha.
Gabriel, it's been some time, friend. It's time for you to come back with me.
I don't want to go back there.
Roll a performance check.
16.
Well, that's not your choice. See, I've been given 2 options. I retrieve you and bring you back, or I have to go and kill that little tiefling of yours you've been flirting with so much. Would be a shame. Apparently they survived the first one.
You wouldn't dare hurt them. Just...
Gabriel, you know better than to think that. Now come with me. He reaches for your arm, and his fingers crush against it as he thought your wrist was half the size that it is. And he immediately knows this is an illusion.
I'm gonna, feeling that, I'm gonna swing around towards him.
All right, give me an attack.
Okay. I'm guessing I can't rage at that same time, probably.
No.
No. Just an attack?
Yeah.
Or to be a grapple?
If you are trying to grapple, you can do that.
Sure, I'll try and grapple, yeah.
Okay. Opposed athletics, then?
Yep.
Ooh, wow, that's actually pretty good.
18?
Holy shit, they beat you.
Yeah.
Wow. You reach backwards towards them as they're trying to dip and dodge out of the way, and you watch as their eyes spread wide as they tilt and look up at you, and immediately do a quick juke to run past you and away.
Okay. I'm gonna chase after him.
Okay. Now you begin giving chase, and luckily the open field is wide enough that you can easily keep an eye on him, but he's trying to duck in and around the trees, moving to different offshoots and areas, trying to break your line of sight from him as best as he can. Unfortunately for him, he scrapes against a sticker bush just a little too closely, and you get little drips and droplets of his blood, as well as a small piece of cloth from his pants.
I'm gonna pick up the cloth.
Okay.
And keep an eye on the blood trail, I guess. That's gonna be I wouldn't
Survival.
go that fast. Keep an eye. Yeah. Ooh, 5. I'm not good at tracking.
You're being very persistent in your tracking of this individual, and you're moving further and further away from Selder and Fionn. You're not really quite sure where he is trying to lead you out to, but you do have the sense that he is on the run from you. He was clearly caught off guard, and that is something that you can take advantage of. However, as you continue chasing after him,
Can I think of, I have the hat store, right?
Yeah.
Would I have seen of any like trappers or hunters out in Umbridge?
Rowan, aren't you a trapper?
Yeah, I think it's debatable how good.
But, you know, that was your profession.
Yeah.
Now you're a shingle layer, so, yeah.
That's right.
Can I think of a male version?
Yes, yeah, you've seen plenty of them out there, yeah.
I'm gonna think of that and
Begin moving through.
yeah, change into that. Yeah.
Alrighty. You keep tracking after them for a long period of time out here, and you're kind of losing touch and contact with where they are.
Mhm.
However, the night falls down later into the evening, and you realize now you're completely lost and you have no idea where you stand. But
I
you're
don't have a map.
You do not have a map.
No, I don't have a map or anything.
Nope. You're standing in the middle of the forest outside of Seldarin Fion somewhere.
Shit.
You know you went northward at first. So, as you kind of start relaxing and laying your hat down for the evening, just taking a moment to really watch your surroundings and be sure that nothing else is out here. Roll me another perception check.
15.
You feel like you're being watched, but you can't discern where that sensation is coming from.
I'll set up a little fire.
All right.
Yep. Ooh. Trapping all days made me so tired. I really could use some sleep. And I'm still in that form, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. If you choose to be, you can be. The hat of the disguise does not relinquish the disguise after an hour, it just stays on you. But roll me another performance check.
6.
Your tail is kind of wagging slightly in the grass. It's been a while since you've been on a proper job where you feel like you can really let loose without any repercussions. I mean, you do have a code of conduct. You can't just kill people for no reason, but this person clearly deserves it.
This seems like a good reason.
Yeah. Murderer, kidnapper, slaver, yeah, they deserve it. So you continue waiting. Do you go to sleep?
Yeah, I'll go to sleep for now.
Alrighty. As you begin sleeping, dreaming of the expanding landscape around you, remembering the parties, the carnivals, the fantastic events that transpired here previously, the sense of community that everybody seemed to have once upon a time ago. Your dream is interrupted as everything turns to a solid gleam of crystal surrounding you. Everything in the area crystallizes and becomes translucent.
I want to kind of get up and look around.
You look around, and it looks like the crystal form of the world that you are standing in. Again, you're still dreaming.
Are you here? I'm gonna look into one of the crystals.
You see your face reflecting back at you.
I don't like this kind of job. It's not my style. Hunting and tracking something.
What do you plan to do?
Well, I thought I was doing this to defend the people I care about. So I guess I'll keep searching for this guy, but I feel like that's won't bring any end to what's going on. I need information out of him. I think working on my own for a bit to find more information. I mean, they won't expect me to come straight for them, would they?
They wouldn't. No. To gain my insight, speak your name.
Kothar.
You watch as all of the crystals in the area shatter. And you're thrusted out of your sleep in an instant. And as you're starting to move forward, you see but a few 100 feet away from you are a set of boots attached to a very heavily cloaked individual who's walking away.
How far away are they?
Maybe 40, 50 feet.
They're just walking away.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up. Wait.
They hesitate, but keep walking.
I'm gonna follow them, making sure to grab my stuff.
All right. Perks of being a barbarian, don't have to worry about putting on armor first thing in the morning.
No.
And you continue following after them. And at one point, they stop about 50, maybe 60 feet ahead of you. And turn, and you see a very wide brim hat disguising them, not allowing you to see exactly any features, except for a mouth that kind of curls to the side. You see sharpened teeth riddling throughout that mouth. And they're the only thing that is seen between the shadows and the moon sky, as they are a deathly yellow.
The fuck?
Just smiles at you.
I'm gonna take the hat off.
I thought it was you.
Who are you?
Do you really not remember me?
History check.
Go for it.
17.
You have no idea who this person is.
I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of things. I guess that's the perks.
We'll see if that changes soon.
Where are you taking me?
I'm not taking you anywhere. Unless you want to go down where I'm headed. And the face lifts up a little bit more, and you start seeing very sharp cheekbones. But nothing else.
Depends. You can help me get what I need.
Oh, based on your need to protect them. No, I can't.
Oh. If you know me so well, then how did you find me? That's a better question.
The head
Just
turns away
up.
from you and stares up at the moon. Let's call it fate.
Fate.
Out of respect for you, write those people off. Or you'll end up just like Rez and Q.
What do you know about them? His demeanor's changing quickly right now.
The individual just begins chuckling. Ah. Where's the fun in telling you everything? Isn't that the enjoyment of the story? Figuring it out your damn self. Hmm?
Did you kill Rez Q?
Or...
Did you tell them where to find them? Where to find us?
It's a beautiful night. The moon is full. I don't think there needs to be more blood today.
Agreed.
The individual continues walking away.
Can I keep following?
Roll me a survival check.
17.
You continue tracking after them until they break past a tree. And when you hurry up to that area to look, you don't see any markings that they left behind.
Now even more lost.
However, over the next couple of days, you continue tracking and tracking as best as you can, trying to find a trace of either of those two individuals. Not too much luck. Until eventually you realize that you didn't really prepare a whole lot of food out here either.
No.
And, well, you're starting to starve a little bit. You're not the best tracker in general. If there was something that, like a predator around here, I mean, it could try to kill you and that would give you something to eat, but unfortunately everything in this area seems to be prey.
Interesting. Have I come across any roads or anything?
Not so far.
Jesus.
But
I'm gonna die of starvation.
towards the early mornings of the third day, you do notice a campfire not terribly far away from you.
I'll go. I'm probably really hungry. Like, really hungry.
You are very hungry. Now, there's an abundance of
thirsty.
water for you to drink. That's fine. But
Okay.
food is harder.
I'm gonna, like, come walking through the brush towards the fire.
No. Third watch, I believe, was going to be Nolf and Chase?
No, I was second watch. Remember, I got stabbed.
Then third watch
stabbed
was
at
Gabriel
Chase.
and Chase.
Yes.
I know it was Chase.
Yeah, it was Chase because he's right after me.
All right,
It
well
was
then
me-
Chase. You hear rustling of bushes and a crunching of leaves coming from the forest, not terribly far away from you.
And what time of night is this? We split up into 4 watches or 3?
4 watches. It's always broken into 4s.
Okay.
So it is just before dawn.
All right. I'm going to attempt a stealth.
All right, go for it. 26. Yeah. Okay. Use stealth.
And I'm going to slowly move closer to the rustling sound.
You move closer towards the shrubbery, shrinking down next to a tree as you watch a hulking red figure step through the brush, looking very, very tired, ripped,
Very
beaten,
hungry.
bruised, and you can hear the roar of the stomach not far away. You recognize Kothar.
My Wednesday man, you look horrid.
Kothar, you immediately hear this omnipotent voice from nowhere.
And I'll go ahead and
Who's
move
that?
out of shadows. It's Chase. The rest of us are sleeping. Can I get you something
Chase,
to
I
eat?
didn't even recognize you. Yes. You have food?
I do. And
I've
I'm
been
gonna
out here
do
for
some-
days.
Well, then it's time to eat, and in the morning you can tell us all what happened. No one's chasing you right now, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, then eat, get some sleep, and we'll talk in the morning. And Chase is gonna whip up some of the rations he has.
Alrighty. You eat a hearty, delicious food. You don't care what it is, it's food. You are eating it. It is in your stomach. It feels great. And you drink a whole lot of water to wash it down too.
Is what's his name? The boar there.
Enough?
Beefcake.
Beefcake is
Is
curled
Beefcake
up
there?
in Gabriel's arms.
It crosses Kothar's mind, but he goes.
Probably don't want to eat it.
Oh, we're not gonna start this again, are we?
That's the emergency.
Just starts drooling thinking about it.
With your survival checks, I don't think you could really find him though. But anyways, you find a comfy little spot in the middle of everything and just collapse. A couple of hours continue by and everybody else wakes up, and one by one you start noticing Kothar lying in the middle of your group.
Just food rations broken on his chest.
He has sauce on his cheek.
Gable walks up to Kothar, who I guess is sleeping on the ground, and kicks him. Where the fuck have you been?
It's a good way to
Tracking
get stabbed,
For
Dave.
days.
What,
Is that how you think someone who took a dagger for you?
Hey, welcome back, Kothar. You finished your quest already? Was it a major success? The world saved and all that?
yeah, welcome back, Kothar. And as long as you don't fuck with Beefcake.
I've
You
never.
probably
would. Of course not.
need some more sleep. So we should probably let him.
Yeah, he's a hardy man. His strong man don't need sleep, right? Right, Kothar? You'll be good if I sleep.
Already back asleep.
I could be using sleep. It's always good to sleep some.
Yeah, Ignatius is a light sleeper anyway.
Ignatius is still sleeping.
Chase, where did he come from?
The bushes over there with the berries.
Hey, Rowan. You want to take a look at those berries?
Sure.
Oh, yes.
Say it with a straight face.
Let's do this.
Okay. Rowan casually goes over and inspects the berries.
Roll a nature check. Without a
Fantastic.
shadow of a doubt in your mind, these are blueberries.
Wow. You guys, these are blueberries. They're really good and sweet. We should pick them and keep them in a bag so we can have.
Everyone else, those berries are black. They're not blue.
Help Matt, no, look at the berries.
Roll a nature check.
Rowan, I think I'm blueberries blue.
No, I mean, yeah, maybe it's just a different brand of blueberry.
Yeah. Sometimes they look like this,
Yeah.
Gabriel.
No, blueberries are black. I know
Yeah.
it's weird as hell. They didn't name it after the actual color.
Yeah,
Sometimes
no,
they're
no.
blue, sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're black. Just depends on what stage. These are late stage blueberries.
Chase is
Mom
gonna.
starts picking them, putting them in her bag.
Beefcake
And-
kind of
Chase-
nuzzles up to grab some, and Gabe pushes him away. Come on, Beefcake. Don't mess with the blueberries.
Chase will investigate the berries.
Okay. Are you proficient in the poisoner's kit?
I am. Oh wait, is that this character? Hold on.
I don't know. Because you have two rogues.
No, no,
No?
no, I'm not.
Give me a nature check. 17. You kind of like scoot past everybody while they're putting them in their pockets, and you just slyly reach into their pockets and throw them out. These are basil berries. They taste like blueberries. They're super sweet, so delicious, and actually have a very high content of anti. What do you call those things?
Oxidants.
Inflammatories?
Thank you. No. Oh God. Opposite actually. However, if you eat them, they will give you explosive diarrhea for 48 hours. It's commonly used as a laxative.
Does Rowan notice Chase pulling them out of her bag?
That depends. Chase, sleight of hand. Rowan, passive. Yeah! You barely notice he's taking them out of your bag and throwing them on the ground.
God damn it.
Yeah. 17.
Nope, don't see shit.
Ian's fucking clueless.
But yes, you've saved the party from 2 days of.
Dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank God I didn't have to roleplay that.
It's all right. Just like the scene between N and Solaris, we fade to black. Hence,
Okay.
or in this case, fade to brown. But whatever. Ah, yeah.
What are you all doing out here?
Traveling.
Gothar, you're back. Also, look at there are blueberries. And she'll point to the bush.
Oh, those sound really good. Thank you. I'll grab some and eat them.
Kothar, you're not
Oh.
colorblind. These
Oh.
berries are black.
I'll stop then. They just very ripe.
Yeah, I think they're end stage ripe.
Mm-hmm. Definitely in stage right.
I got Gabe wouldn't let him eat them. Gabe, Kothar, this is Rowan we're talking about. And she says the blueberries. And trust me, they're not blue.
I think of anyone here, I'd know if they're blueberries or not.
She is. She found those great mushrooms.
Those
Yes,
are some good
exactly.
mushrooms.
Ignatius pops his head out. Mushrooms? Oh, big
Berries
strong
today.
red man. Hi,
Who are you?
Ignatius. You've met me like
Simon.
twice now.
Oh, actually, I don't think I've met Ignatius.
No, you
I never
have.
came out to talk to him.
The first time you met him. Oh no, you didn't meet him that time. But you met him on the road because he's the one who got you into Souter and Fion.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't mind him, he's cranky.
Oh, it's understandable. You're all being loud about berries.
Kothar has it like near his mouth because no one's told him like not to eat these.
Gabriel did.
Gable did.
Because you want them yourself, isn't it, Gabriel?
Yeah.
Sure, Kothar. Have all you want. Just don't walk in front of me for a while.
Why?
This is Rowan. Those are not blueberries. I wouldn't trust them.
Heard that.
They seem pretty good. They look pretty right.
Did you eat some?
No, I wasn't gonna eat them. I was gonna mash them up.
Mash berries.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save them for later.
I need coffee.
I wish that Rowan knew what they were, so we could save them to like make our enemies crap their pants.
That is just so much evil. I mean, you do have a chase, so slip. You're muted.
I'm gonna go ahead and mentally connect to Rowan and just say, "Hey, Rowan, these are basil berries. They look like blueberries. They'll taste sweet, but they will give you the runs for days."
Oh. So Kothar, maybe don't eat those. Then Rowan starts collecting more.
Is it too late? You already eat some.
What?
I didn't eat
Kothar?
any.
No, he
I
didn't,
didn't
did
eat
he?
any.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm going to do my morning prayer. I'll be back in a bit, guys.
Yep, put a prayer in for me.
Gotcha.
And Ignatius walks out with a mage hand holding a cup of coffee in front of his mouth. And
You have coffee.
yes, I do.
And like, makes, like
Roll
the
persuasion.
Yes.
He is a tiefling, so he's immune to the charm.
Persuasion.
Eh?
Yay, there we go.
He points at you and messages you. Go in the tent, don't mention anything to anybody else, make yourself a cup, and then leave.
You know, like, act like they're pouting and just like harumph into the tent. So like
Okay.
they don't have to
The
share.
moment you crawl into the tent is about 6 times larger than it appeared on the outside. It is set up with a beautiful beanbag bed in the middle of the area, with nice little tapestries across the walls, very interesting aspects like that, as well as a fully functioning coffee station, as well as a fresh espresso brew, tea, and everything else that you can imagine, with a full buffet of fruits and vegetables.
And we'll make coffee and then message Nasus, be like, "You're the best." Oh,
Don't say anything to anybody.
lips are sealed. and we'll have a cup of coffee and just have a moment of peace that they have not had in a very long time.
However, he does not have creamer.
Sucks.
What? No, coffee black is good. Plenty of sugar. But anyways, after Kothar sleeps for another couple of hours, you finally feel okay enough to be conscious right now.
What are you all doing out here?
Well, we're traveling, but maybe you should catch us up on what happened. We
Yeah,
heard
how'd the
that-
quest go?
No, well, I found the target. But, they got away.
That is not good.
And I assume they wanted me. What do they look like?
Did I really catch what they looked like?
A half
Like
elven.
a slaver?
Yeah, a half elven looking man, a little bit of a paler complexion, as if he doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight in his life. Fairly
If he needs to sit out
lanky.
in the sun. Gaunt.
Does that ring
Mhm.
any bells for Gabriel?
I mean, that just described like half of the people you knew.
Oh, sure.
They
Yeah.
threatened And
What were they
Did you
wearing?
kill him?
they got away.
What were
I'm
they
not a
wearing?
I'm not a tracker. I pull out some cloth that I had. This.
Green and brown faded pants meant to suit this environment very well.
Gable grabs a cloth. Hey, Solaris, can you scry or whatever it is? What you? It's called scrying.
I'm busy meditating.
I do not have that capability.
Fuck.
Do you know what the clothing looked like? Was there a red symbol, or were they wearing like a trench coat or a hat?
I'll be honest, I wasn't really thinking of doing that. I thought I'd grab them and worry about it afterwards.
However, the trench coat and hat thing does stand out to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, that does, yeah, trench coat and hat. It was not on them. I had
Was
another
it like
visitor
a-
while I was out there.
Let's get to the other visitor, but the hat, was it like a sailing cap or like a
No, the assassin did not wear that. The other person did, though.
Oh, the other person.
Yes. They found me in the middle of the night.
And they were wearing, what did they look like?
I'm gonna look at my hand, Drew.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Your hand?
No, the ring.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Alright. Sorry, the whole breaking of crystals and then him being there.
Sure.
There's an individual that came to the spot I slept one night. They were wearing a very large hat, hid their face, but they had very sharp features. Very sharp yellow teeth. A trench coat. They seem
Were
to
they-
know a lot about all of you.
Were they grinning?
Yes.
When they came to you, when you saw them, I don't know how to say this. How did they come and how did they get away when you saw them?
I followed them for a while. They let me follow them. Had a small conversation. And soft threats were made. They told me to let you all go and to forget about you all. And
Sounds
when I
like-
tried to follow them again, they disappeared out of thin air.
Sounds like Mr. V, I'm guessing.
Mr. V, you seem to know this person, Chase.
Darkened society, not a good person to be involved with, and he is currently after some of the team.
He's killed council members. Sidon, right? And it's just like, if In could like be pale, they're like
Which council?
Council of Many.
Oh yeah, the ones we're working for. Kind of. Not really.
Contracted, subcontracted.
Mm-hmm.
Chase is gonna try to listen to the area and see if he can hear or see anything as he looks around.
Roll a perception
Where
check.
are we?
You hear the sounds of wildlife in the surrounding territory, the sounds of flowing water, and the breaking of harsh winds against a tree line. but nothing else that really stands out. You're a little far and reclused from main roads, as you are now maybe a quarter mile outside of the Gravestake Forest.
So you have left the city. Where are you all going?
Trying to get into the city right now.
Which
We're,
city?
we're in the deep yard.
Huh?
Yeah, deep yard. It's to the north.
My home, Ignatius
Yeah.
speaks up.
There.
It's
We're
the
good.
magic capital of the world. The place that the Darkened Society is the most influential and predominant.
Okay.
The place that's surrounded by immense forestation that has monsters and beasts that are somewhat failed experimentations from other wizards and like creatures of that accord, or people that have summoned, demons or devils that they couldn't control and just let loose inside of their, deep yard.
Yeah, that's where we're going, because we've got to figure out what's going on with the Darkened Society. So
Kothar,
Okay.
Oh,
you look around again. And you're even closer to the tomb.
Can we stop somewhere before we go?
is it close?
I think it's on the way, yeah. Very close to home.
Iggy, is that all right with you? Or Ignatius, sorry.
Yeah, you never call me that
Ignatius
one
might
again.
actually-
I don't like that
Ignatius might actually like this place.
one. Would I? Why?
Relics and artifacts, potentially.
I'm in. He goes over towards his tent, zips up the front, and snaps two edges, and you watch the entire thing fold up within an instant.
What is this you wanted to look at? We've got people who are chasing me, if not others.
Yes, and we're going to a place where they work out of. I think we can take some time, yeah?
I'm going to scout around.
It won't take long. It won't take
So
long,
guys,
I promise.
yeah, I'm going to scout around the perimeter of our camp and just make sure that I don't see anything. And then Jero, if I want to look for like tracks or evidence of anyone that has come besides us, what would I roll?
Investigation.
Okay, so I'm going to cast guidance on myself
Sure.
and then do investigation. So
This
click
character has guidance?
Tome of, yep. Tome.
Okay, yeah.
Do I click that first? Oh,
Boop.
Okay.
Yeah. You just roll a d4 after.
Okay. Investigation.
Roll your d4. No tracks except for your parties, as best as you can tell.
Okay.
So, you all gather up your things. I'm not sure,
Yes.
but did you all agree to go with Kothar?
I
Sid would agree,
I agree.
and that would make Gabriel happy.
Yeah.
And what about you, Rowan?
Rowan agrees.
Alrighty then. Solaris looks at all of you and says, I think I might better serve a purpose in Southern Fion. At least I can help fix whatever's going on there and maybe find out some more information. I have allies that can keep me safe.
Are you sure you'll be alright on the way there?
Oh, Thulakeeper will watch out for me. No problem. I'll be fine.
Well, stay safe, my friend. We'll find you when you finally get there. Though the way things are going, we might get sidetracked again.
I would expect nothing else from all of you. I'll see ya. He turns and just smiles and walks away.
Bye, Solaris.
And
Uh-huh.
who you gonna eat dessert with now?
Eat dessert.
Yeah,
Gabriel would
dessert
eat
together.
with him.
Yeah. I don't know, Rowan. I don't know.
It's not like they'll be apart forever. They can meet up again. He's just gonna be in Southern Throne.
I don't
Yeah.
understand.
That's true.
So, with all of you gathering your things and items back together, Kothar diverts you away from this area, walking a little bit backwards, but further and more recluse away from everything else. You step through the forest line, start moving closer and closer towards the bodies of water, and you notice the small lakes are starting to intertwine with different rivers and creeks around the area. And as you move past all of them, you start noticing the forestation thickens even deeper and more dense. However, it becomes much more lively as you are walking through here. You begin hearing the sounds of the flowing water and really appreciate the nature that is inside of this territory as best as you can. And as you get further and further in Kothar, you find the first stone that marks the path that you are walking upon. The path of stones that leave you over to this location is the story of the original champions of all, describing the first one who found their way here and everyone in between. As you pass by the first stone, you look down at it and you do notice that there are 2 daisies placed in front of it, picked from a local area and placed on top of it.
Kothar just kind of puts his hand on top of the stone and looks back at the group. This is a old path back to my home.
You look at the first name of the first champion. Darnell Greystone. A dragonborn, like yourself. The first one to ever be chosen and to walk this path. You continue walking for several paces, and then you find the next stone. Sitting there, full display for everybody to see, you notice that it also has a small arrangements of wildflowers around it. This stone, however, has your name inscribed into it. And you look but 30 feet away and you notice the other 2 stones paired up together side by side, smaller than the rest.
Are there flowers on those?
There are.
Okay.
What language is the inscription of his name in? Wait,
Very, very good question. It is written in Celestial. Every name. So unless you understand that language, you cannot read them. Further past those 2 stones, you continue walking, and you pass by others. The stone to dedicate to Glade Bradshaw, the stone of Clovis, the Shadow Weave, as well as the individual who is simply referred to as Phoenix. Nolth, you've never walked through this path before. You took a different one. Though you understand the ceremonious significance of walking where the most
dead is.
devoted champions this world has ever seen have walked as well. And all of you feel the grass is lighter, seems to lick around you a little bit as it is weaving between your footsteps. The animals grow closer. Even the doe and deer, they don't seem scared of you. They just look at you and walk within 5-10 feet, no problem. Everything in this area seems much more alive than many of you have ever seen before.
What is this place?
Burial grounds for champions of old. Where they rest. Where I rested.
You grew up here? You said it was your home.
A home is a bit of a dark way to put it. When you spend most of your time in a place, is that not home?
Oh.
It's a status place.
So in this case, Sukasa ain't me casa.
No. It is not my home. It was not where I was born, no. But I stayed here for a very long time. A few people did.
Your friends. That was the two little stones.
Wait, so how did you come back, and can you teach us that trick?
I don't. It's not something easily taught.
More of
Many. It's a gift and a curse.
that would be a blessing more, a curse.
Depends. North. How many times have you died?
I'd say more than a dozen. I haven't hit triple digits yet, but more than a dozen.
Triple digits, I don't think. It's one of those things that we were tested and chosen to serve the gods in a way that they seemed fit. A vanguard of a sort that they could throw down and not worry about their losses, because they could come back.
Ah,
Skirmishers, light, fire, forget. There's many words to describe us.
I got it. My mom always said, never looked a cursed gift under the wrapper.
But, no, Chase, it's not something taught, but something earned and something given.
You all watch as
Any-
N begins picking flowers. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
Continue.
good, you're good.
I thought that was a stop, not a pause.
No, you're good, you're good.
Continue.
Many died as they tried to find their champions. Never people. Some were good people, some were bad. People trying to make amends for their past.
So as you all are listening to a very painful recounting for Kothar. You see En is picking up flowers from around the area, pulling them together in a very lovely bouquet, twisting them with a single vine to tighten them up, and places one on the first of the 2 stones. And as you are settling the second little bouquet to place down, and you look up directly past the stones, and there seems to be an archway, creating an upside-down V between the entire forest, leading towards a cave. You see that there are statues outside of that cave, and from your knelt-down position, you notice the different figures surrounding it. A hulking orc holding a glaive larger than his body, with scars and tattoos engulfing most of him with long, flowing dreadlocks. You notice a familiar red dragonborn holding a hulking axe in his hand and holding his other palm forward. As well as the 2 halflings that the statues are enormous, but are shrunken by comparison. The one with a sly little smirk on their face, you can definitely see the mischief in their eyes, reminding you so much of your siblings. And the other one currently just wrapping their arm over the shoulder, smiling very proudly as if it's photo day for school. And as you are looking forward at all of that and taking note of the other statues, and you watch as a curved, hilted staff is swinging down towards your head. And this is where we're going to go ahead and take a break, everybody.
What?
Everybody, we'll be right back.